Hello, my good people. Doughboy Alberto here, Florida Doughboy. Been doing it since 1985, I'd say. That would make me about 5 years old. Today I'd like to show you guys how to make a stuffed crust pizza by popular demand. Every month we like to do a pizza of the month, so we ask our followers on social media what kind of pizza they'd like to see. So we get a lot of feedback, and the stuffed crust pizza has been wanting it for a while, so we decided to do it, played around with it, and I think we got it down pretty good. It's coming out nice. This pizza of the month has been a great hit. People really look for what we're going to do next, and I have quite a few people that on the first of the month, every month, I see them. They're getting a new pizza. They just want to try it. We do all kind of stuff. If it's a good hit, then we end up putting it on the menu. My guys might get a little mad at me. I keep adding all this new stuff, but I think it's what sets us apart. Makes us different from the 15 other pizza places that are around me. So, as always, we get some good dough to work with. Just got this out of my big one. I'm sure whatever you're getting it out of, make sure you keep it round. You don't want you want to get under it. Make sure you keep it round as you can. That way you're starting with a round dough ball. All right, flour it up real good. Get flour on the sides, flip it, flour it real good. When you lay it down, and you can start with the way it was in the container. This was the top, and this was the bottom. So, I have guys that they like to start with the bottom up, start making their edge, or the top up. This is how I do it. I start on the top. So always flour your board first, because once you pick your dough ball up, you don't want to have to lay it down and stop and put flour on your board. So, always flour your board first. Not too much flour in there. You don't want a whole bunch of flour on the bottom of your pizza when it comes out. And then when you take a bite of it, you got like white mouth, flour around your mouth. So, start off making an edge like you do normally. Maybe a little thinner than normal for the stuffed crust. Make sure when you're making a stuffed crust pizza, it's even more important to push down real good around the edge. Make sure you kind of get it thin here and a lot of dough in the middle. We're going to have to roll that crust over top of the cheese. So make sure you're thin around the edge, thick in the middle. Spread your hand. Back and forth, let it rotate, thumbs up, keep it close to the edge. Alright, lay it on your knuckles. Like this. Thumbs up. Alright, so I'm not going to stretch it too big, so I'm just going to do a 14-inch pizza. Alright, got my whole milk mozzarella already pre-sized. These chunks got to be pretty big size, or else it'll disappear after your pizza's cooked. The dough can really absorb the cheese inside that crust, so if you don't have a pretty thick edge, pretty thick cheese there. Okay, the right size. There we go. Alright, it's a little tricky. Grab it, flip it over, tuck it, and roll it again. See that? Grab it over top, press it in, seal it right there, and give it another flip, a little pull. See that? Over top, kind of seal it. Alright, roll it. That extra roll, you got to do that extra roll because that cheese, it wants to come out. You really got to make sure that cheese stays in the inside the crust. So go over top, tuck it, seal it right here, and roll it again. That's why we wanted to make sure our middle was, we had a lot of dough in the middle because we're pulling that dough out of the middle, so it can't be too thin in the middle. That's it, all tucked. All right, just wanting to go up here. We need to make sure that extra roll stays down, all tucked in. Make sure it's moving. Might want to put a little bit of extra flour on these pizzas since we got a lot of weight and we're playing with it. Sauce. Now, I like more sauce, a little less cheese. That's just how I was raised, and you know I love sauce. But we took another poll online, and more sauce, less cheese, or less sauce, more cheese. And what do you think everybody said? Cheese all day. More cheese, less sauce. Alright, cheese it up. Alright, I'm going to put a couple pepperonis on there, maybe on half. And we'll just make it a pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni, the #1 topping in the world. Alright, side to side. Have a 14-inch mark on there. We'll throw it in the oven. We'll see what it looks like, 8 minutes. Alright, my good people. Well, while that pizza's cooking, I wanted to take this time to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I love sharing what I've learned over my lifetime. I was born into the business, 3rd generation. I wish I had a little more time to make videos, but I'm balancing. I'm a father, 2 beautiful boys, husband. I want to make sure I'm there for my family. I want to put family first. That's the most important. Family first, and God first. And also balance being a leader for people in my life, setting a good example. And running a good pizza shop, that cares about the community, and it shows, and people can see that, and it sets you apart from other businesses that, you call up with a problem, and the owners are just, attitude, and the business can do that to you. It can drive you crazy if you let it. So hopefully. One day maybe I'll have some time to make some more videos than once in a while. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see, something that you want to see from a business standpoint, or maybe a recipe you'd like me to make, maybe how to deal with employees, I really want to do that one. Just let me know. Always got things going on. I feel like you really gotta keep it fresh. There is a lot of pizza places around me. When I grew up in this area, and I moved and ran a shop with my family for my whole life, or at least the last 15 years. I ran place not too far, 10 miles. Then I came back to my hometown, and there's a lot of pizza places around here. You wouldn't want to open a pizza place in Port Orange. There's a lot of them, but I feel like if you have confidence and you know what you're doing and you put your heart and soul into it. I live right here. I love this location. I took it. So I think it shows. And my wife, she's amazing. She reaches a lot of people. So that's big. When we got Thanksgiving coming up, and my wife connected with Volusia Basket Brigade, I think it is, and we're a drop-off location. I got a little storage unit, so I'm able to. We did it last year. I think we had over 100 baskets to feed over 100 families. A basket with a meal for a whole family. So we're doing that again. Anything we can do to help. We do a lot of spirit days where anybody that needs to try to raise a little money, we can give back. So let me check the pizza. Want to see what it looks like? Halfway through, it's starting to brown real nice here, but it's kind of getting white over here. We got a little bit of cheese coming out. Well, I'll show you guys how to tuck that cheese back in there. Even though I rolled it and flipped it, it's still trying to make its way out. So let's give it a little spin. I'm going to keep it right where it is. Let me check the bottom. The bottom's cooking good. Give it a little bit longer. If it seems like it's a little white inside, you want to get some heat in there. What I'll do sometimes, not that it really needs it right now, but what I'll do is throw a screen under it and try to, where your hot spots are in your oven. So if you want to, get some heat inside there real quick, put a screen on it. That way you're not getting fresh heat on the bottom. You're going to burn the bottom if you move it off its spot. So we'll move that back and give it like another minute, and then we'll check it. All right, let's get her out of there. Nice and brown. Cheese is nice and brown. Got a little bit of stuffed crust cheese coming out of there. But what you can do is kind of, most of it stayed in, but we got a little bit coming out. I must not have folded it too good. Push it back in there a little bit. So there you go. When it comes out, just push it in. Bada bing, bada boom.